Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another SLG Meetup, another exciting conversation with our guest Noel Roberts. He's a real estate broker in the Hamptons and he's a cast member in the Netflix show $1 Million Beach House. He's gonna talk about what it takes to elevate your brand and exposure through different channels as well as the latest trends in the industry over the Hamptons. Oh, there he is, the man himself. What's going on, Noel?
Hey, good morning. Good morning, brother. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. And yourself?
Doing amazing. I'm doing amazing. The weather, I'm down in Florida. I'm in your neck of the woods.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna see you play some golf, man. I saw you hitting bombs this weekend.
You know what? I've fallen in love. It's something I've always wanted to do and take up and practice, but I've fallen in love with it recently. So, yeah.
Amazing. Well, listen, I'm glad that we're doing this today because you have so much value to share with us. I mean, I'm a
I
big
hope
fan of
so.
yours. Of course, man. I mean, you're a member at this new Netflix show, $1 Million Beach House. You also take care of the private clients in Nest Seekers over in the Hamptons.
Mhm.
So tell us a little bit about you and what's happening that you're revolutionizing the way that real estate is done.
Gosh, almost doesn't sound like me. So, for those who don't know, I've been out in the Hamptons maybe 5 years, 6 years almost, full time, year round. We did this show that a lot of people came to know me by, $1 Million Beach House on Netflix. Um, so yeah, it brought a lot of exposure to us, the agents at the firm, the Hamptons. It's good. I certainly hope we did a good job uplifting the Hamptons and our market and kind of what the lifestyle is like. Um, so yeah, it's been good. I think most agents, what they want or what their issue is just exposure and people not knowing you. So you can't beat Netflix and a show like that. And I guess it's important for everybody to kind of create that level of exposure in their own personal brand and their
Mhm.
business in their
Totally.
own local market. Yeah.
Especially in the Hamptons, right? Because the Hamptons has always been perceived as this old crew that only the older people live in, or they do business between an older demographic. But now it's like amazing clients from all different age brackets are going there, and you guys are also changing the way that real estate has been done over there.
Yeah. Finance and wealth itself is getting younger and younger, tech world, business world. I think a lot of people from Manhattan kind of in that we're, mid 20s to mid 30s, you're starting to make a lot of money, maybe never thought about being out in the Hamptons or starting to think about entry level properties and homes and being out there. So it's certainly getting younger, the demographics getting younger. We cater to that. We have a very young firm, a lot of energy. And I think we try to bring that in and tell owners about that as well when it comes to representing their property. You want new ways, new idea, new media, and kind of a lot of energy to get their proproperties
And
sold.
if they don't know, just tell them, look, check this Netflix show, have a good time at night, and then call me in the morning.
Exactly,
Because not
exactly.
everybody has access to that. I find that so amazing. I mean, there is a couple shows out there, but there are not that many. So from all the real estate agents that are in this country, I mean, you tell me how many can make it to Netflix, and you're one of them.
Yeah, and I guess it's serendipitous how that works. I personally, I didn't watch a lot of. I knew about the shows, but I didn't watch a lot of reality TV. And I just got a random email one day from a producer who said, "Hey, I'm putting together a show. Think you'd be a great fit for it." I said, "All right." And we met, we talked about it, and the rest is kind of history. But I think it's for those who aren't looking for it that sometimes those opportunities land. I certainly didn't go to any casting pitches.
There you go. So what was Noel Roberts before and after the show? Have you seen like
A
a big
lot of the
difference?
same. If I'm going to be honest, it's a lot of the same. I mean, the show's great, but you kind of have to keep doing the work. People kind of think you made it at that point. It's not really the case. If anything, the pressure's kind of on you to kind of really ramp up your
Hmm.
business, and you work
Got it.
harder than anything before. Before I was sort of at a boutique brokerage out in the Hamptons, dealing with off-market properties, kind of private owners, things of that nature. And I'm still kind of on that whole train.
Hmm.
I deal with a lot of people who don't necessarily want a lot of exposure or digital footprint for their property. I think there's a real need for that. There's certain type of clients who they don't want their kids to know that they're selling the property because they love the property. Maybe they grew up in the property. And so it's kind of about putting together a group of buyers who aren't finding what they're looking for on the market, and then a group of sellers who are looking to get a property sold or get offers, but want little to no exposure.
Got it. So how is the situation right now in the Hamptons? Because with the summer coming in and the Hamptons being last year so hot, how do you
Yeah,
see it this year?
you know what's crazy? I've been traveling a lot. I think I was up there. Yeah, I was up there during Memorial Day, which is kind of our big weekend, our big push. But I've been down in
Mhm.
Florida for a while. I fly back in a few hours, and so I haven't really felt the rush in person this summer season. But I've just been feeling it virtually, dealing with clients and things of that nature. Still dealing with like a lack of inventory on certain sides. Um, it's either a massive lack of inventory or just really, really picky clients. I haven't figured it out. I think it's a little bit of both.
A mix, right?
Yeah, it's a mix of both.
Amazing. Now, in regards to your career, right? Because when we were talking about life in general, not just real estate, you were telling me how in golf, I mean, you've been twice on the golf course and
Yeah,
you're
I've been on a
hitting
golf
bombs.
course twice in my life.
You said something that it resonated. You said, I'm good at imitating,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So I think that's something that can be translated into anything in your life, right? When you look up for somebody and you see that they're doing something successfully and you
Hmm.
imitate, and then you start building your own path along those ways. How has been for you doing that in real estate?
Oh, tremendous. And you make a good point. There are a lot of parallels between sports and like athleticism to professional. Um, I've always watched golf and just I went through a bucket, and then once you start hitting a lot, you just make these micro adjustments, and then eventually it starts to look good, like what you've been seeing. Um, Mentors and imitations, like everything, just sort of getting around people who are doing what you want to be doing and where you would like to be or where you see yourself in the future. It's crucial. Every once in a while, you kind of have to innovate, though. So I guess that's a completely different conversation. You kind of like
Yeah.
if you're on the path and you kind of see a hole that you think no one's fulfilling, maybe even a need, you kind of gotta recognize
Mhm.
it and be just as willing to jump on.
But you were talking to me about how you see yourself expanding a little bit, not just focusing on the Hamptons, but also maybe Palm Beach and some other, you know, really strong destinations. So tell us a little bit about why are you looking to expand and the process?
Sure, sure. So, I mean, the Hamptons is that seasonal market. People come out for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. It's become much more year round, but speaking historically, people spend a month there, then they might come down to Palm Beach, or they do Miami, or they go to Colorado. I've always been there year round and sort of focused on the off season to prepare for the summer. But I'm transitioning now to kind of wanting to pick up and leave when my clients leave and kind of follow them sort of
Hmm.
around the country, if you will, to some of these other hot spots. So, I spent time in Calabasas a few months ago. I
Oh
was
yeah.
down in Palm Beach maybe a month and a half ago. I came back to Palm Beach a week ago. I fell in love with Palm Beach. So, Palm Beach probably be my next kind of progression in terms of where I spend a lot of time. Um, I actually flew down to Miami maybe a week and a half ago because I had a client who was looking for properties on South Beach. So that was why I came to Miami, but I came up to Palm Beach just to continue sort of poking around. I like to, when it's very reminiscent of when I first moved to the Hamptons. I just
Hmm.
find out what all the hot spots are, where do you hang out, meet all the locals. And so you kind of have to have boots on the ground. It's really tough to do it virtually and to
Hmm.
learn a market and learn where people hang out and all the addresses and all the streets. So you kind of just have to spend a lot of time there. And there are worse places I could be spending my time.
Listen,
So,
it's a
yeah,
good excuse to go there and play some golf. Eh? There's nice golf
exactly.
courses. I'll tell you that, and it's the
Yeah.
best way to mingle with the clients. So it's
Hmm.
again a great way of getting into the lifestyle because I believe that we are no longer selling a product, we're selling a lifestyle. And in order to sell a lifestyle, you need to be part of that lifestyle.
Hands down. You got to be part of the lifestyle. You got to be able to speak the lingo, know the places, know the people. And I'm very fortunate, you know, to be able to do what I do. So I mean, no
Mhm.
complaints in my life. It's
So
it's been great.
what's been a turning point in your career or in your life that you said like, wow, I did this or this happened and that's when I felt the change?
Um, I think conversations. I think meeting certain people.
Hmm.
It was, I would say, no big event, thankfully, but I think once you're exposed to different things, I mean, I grew up in Minnesota. I grew up in a suburb. I had no idea I'd be living out in the Hamptons, but I moved to Manhattan initially. I met some builders. I started helping them finance and raise money for projects out in the Hamptons. That's kind of how I was introduced. So I kind
Hmm.
of came in through it in a back end way. Um, what I love about real estate, and especially high-end real estate, is it allows you to be around, entrepreneurs, people who have achieved certain level of success. Maybe they've had a few different exits, or maybe they just might be kind of a high-powered attorney type. So that's what I love about selling houses is the ability to network and be around and make friends, and then you sort of become a part of the community. So it's been great to become a part of the Hamptons community. I'm looking forward to kind of being, breaking into the Palm Beach community and spending more time, obviously, in LA as well. So I'm just sort of focusing on a triangle right now. Um,
That's
and
amazing.
yeah, and
It's a
doing
good triangle,
events
yeah.
and networking and just actually enjoy. I've probably for the first. I've been working a lot for the past like 10 years. I've just been working, working, working. I'm transitioning now. I turned 30 in a few weeks, and so for the next 10 years, it's going to be much more enjoying my life. I want to be out on boats with my clients. I want to be traveling
There
with
we
my
go.
clients.
That's the way
Yeah,
to do it.
yeah, it's the best way. It's the best job ever.
So that's great and good points, Noel. Now, if you had, because you're saying you're turning 30 in a couple of weeks,
Yep.
if you had to tell yourself back when you were 20 years old
Hmm.
something, what would it be?
Probably consistency.
Hmm.
You know, it's it's tough because I like to every few years I reinvent myself. I wouldn't say get bored, but you find yourself in a groove where you've been doing the exact same thing for a while and you want to bounce to the next thing. So I think that's good, but there are certain things that I wish I would just do every single day. If you're working out and you're trying to, build muscle, can work out
Yeah.
every single day. But I
Hmm.
think professionally, there are things that you can do every single day, like, pick up the phone and say, I'm going to make one cold call every single day, something like that. I would go
That's for
back and I
sure.
would just say, hey, be consistent at, a few different things, whether
Hmm.
it's cold calling or whatever, um, and things will all kind of work its way out.
Good points, Noel. I
Yeah.
love it. And you know that I want to have to ask this question because I ask it to all our guests
Hmm.
and I want to know your answer. Like, what is really luxury to you?
Oh, I think luxury is, maybe this is a different answer, but I think luxury is like that which is just kind of out of your reach. You
Hmm.
know, I think like when you're a kid and you always want a gift, or you've got this dream thing on your. Sorry, I'm on a golf course right now. You've got
Are you
your.
sure you're going to the airport or you're going
I
to
I
play
gotta
some
go to the
golf?
airport. I gotta leave in like 30 minutes. Okay, so you're a kid and you got a gift and you finally have it. It's like no longer like luxury to you. So I think it's kind of that which is just a little bit out of your reach.
Hmm.
Um, and of course, it's subjective. It's dependent on that person. I think some places in the world, a loaf of bread would be luxury. For me, what's luxury is that which I kind of haven't got quite yet. So it kind of creates this little bit of a
Hmm.
chase, a little bit of a
Yeah, I love
longing
it.
for something, and kind of keeps you working towards something. So, I mean, there's a guy out there with two yachts, but for him, success is when he gets that third yacht or when he gets
Yeah.
the plane, kind of
Hmm.
a thing. So it's
Hmm.
depends.
Is
It's
a
that which is
chase.
just a little bit out of your reach, which you're kind of working towards,
Hmm.
something you don't quite have access to just yet.
Amazing. No, great answer. So thank you, Noel. I know you have to catch a plane, but any last comments or thoughts that we have not go over?
No, how did skydiving go? You told me you're going skydiving a week ago. Did you
Oh,
go
I
up?
did. Yeah. Oh my God, it was amazing. We have to do it. Next time you're coming down here, we'll do it.
Yeah, I'll be back maybe towards the end of June.
Okay, perfect. I'm flying actually today as well to Punta Cana, and then I'm flying back to Miami. So let's do it.
All right, if
End
we
of
don't do it
June.
in June, we'll do it in July for sure. I have never. Have you been before, or is this your
Oh,
first time?
no, no, I've done it hundreds of times.
Oh my. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Calm down. Professional. All
No,
right.
no, no,
Nice.
not at
So
all. Look, I get scared, more scared every time I go. How about that?
good. I like that. So it'll be my
Okay.
first time when we go.
All right. Sounds good, Noel. Well, thanks again for being here. You're amazing. Please, everybody that is checking this, follow Noel. He's an amazing guy, inspirational, very knowledgeable in the market. And anything that you guys need, please reach out and we'll talk soon.
Thank you, my friend. Good chatting.